knocked out of the cup competition. Anticipation will be growing that Saldanha can go all the way and lift this cup trophy. What is in store for us? It's been a day of interesting results, but none more so than our previous game, our curtain raiser to our main match, and the men from Grabo causing a massive upset, and they are through to the semi-finals of the cup competition. This is Raiders all the way from Gauteng, and this will be their first visit to the Saldanha Festival. The team captain John Kubeka. There is John, he plays fly half, John Kubeka, and he is born in Soweto, Greenside High School. He's a personal trainer, and you can see he's got the shape of a personal trainer. And here comes the host. Crowd on their feet. It is time for Saldanha Bay Rugby Club, and they will be led by Daniel Tim, also a familiar name. He's been part of this tournament for many years, and he will want to lead from the front. Daniel Tim, Danny is his nickname. He is Lockie, born in Vredenburg, and he's got the leadership task. Boland under 18, Boland under 19, under 21, and Boland amateurs. And his occupation, he's a warehouse storeman, is Daniel Tim. The table is set for the grand finale, the last match of the day. Just running through our teams, this is Saldanha Bay Rugby Football Club, and like I said, a lot of experience in this team, a lot of players that have provincial colours at junior level, at Boland specifically, and you can understand that the crowd will certainly lift their spirits and try and take them over the line against a Raiders outfit who will be making their debut in the competition. Ishmael Adams in jersey 21 attended Paul Boys High in Paul, although born in Johannesburg. And then they also have their number 14, Shadrach Tsimanga, born in the DRC Congo. So even African representatives here as well. Attended Queen's High School, and also his tertiary degree at UJ. So nice to see the flavour of the Saldanha Easter Festival reaching out to parts of Africa as well. It's going to be a cracker. It is Raiders kicking off. John Kubeka gets us started, the personal trainer from Gauteng, against the host Saldanha. They don't want to follow in the footsteps of Roses United. An early exit for one of the favourites. Saldanha with early possession. Again, if you've just joined us, the wind certainly is a factor, and it is favouring Raiders as they play from right to left. All the pressure coming from Saldanha in the opening stanza. They did well defensively to not play in that tackle zone. There was an offside play that was created by the kick, so it's Saldanha want to start and get that scoreboard rolling. They've thrown that away unnecessarily. Kubeka hasn't found his kicking shoes yet. That one off the side of the boot, straight into the hands of Mikael Hansa. He knows only one way. Mornay Jacobs has options both ways. He goes towards his right. That's where the most of the traffic has positioned itself. Raiders will need some time just to settle the nerves. They'll be up against this hostile home crowd as well. What a surprise in the earlier game. Roses United being knocked out. There's an advantage coming early for Saldanha, and it is for offside play.
Number 10 offside.
Number 10, and it is the captain. A bit of a shaky start for John Kubeka. With me in commentary, also an opportunity to introduce McNeil Grant. McNeil, big surprise in the previous game. And now it's all up to Saldanha to get themselves over the line against a team that we haven't seen before. Their first appearance in this festival, all the way from Gauteng.
Yes, Johan, good evening. The newcomers causing an upset and also making sure we have a new cup final champion this year. The familiar face, Roses United, kicked out of the tournament or the cup final. Saldanha, the only team left who has won the Saldanha Super 8. Opportunity for them to draw first blood.
Monray Jacobs, straight in front, into the wind. The wind certainly has died down. It's a good strike. And he loves it. The assistants like it as well. First points on the board, courtesy of a penalty through Monray Jacobs. 3-0 in favour of Saldanha. Just what the doctor ordered. Thumbs up from the man at the top of the stands there. And Raiders, again, not the best kickoff. It will travel over the 10. That's the requirement for play to continue.
Backwards.
And then it goes backwards. They just haven't found themselves as yet in this fixture.
Knock-on advantage.
More knock-on advantage. So the referee will let it breathe for a while and see what comes from it. There we go. Advantage is over. This is a great opportunity for the fullback, Dimashu Maya. And they will go back for the scrum. Good play, good tempo from Saldanha Bay.
Thanks, Luke.
Saldanha Bay making sure they set the tempo for the game and they implement their game plan, forcing Raiders, the newcomers, on the back foot from the start and just entertain the fans as they have been doing for years.
Damien Collins will feed this line out. His first opportunity goes by the name of Dameby, product of Florida High School. Played towards the front. It's well secured by Sibiso Ndlovu. Better ball distribution by John Kubeka. Somewhat slow to right. Kubeka changes that direction and they've got advantage as well. Powerful frame by Tembelani Palani is the number 4, 105 kilograms. Defense being tested. Brendan O'Donoghue for Raiders. Benjamin Kubeka. Pass just behind the back of the oncoming traffic. Saldanha will rip it away, but no advantage coming, so time to settle down from a Raiders perspective, trailing by 3 points to 0 in the opening stands up. Almost 5 minutes gone, and that is Tian van Wyk in the number 12 responsible for that offside play. There he is, Tian van Wyk. Going to be a difficult customer this evening for that Raiders attack. So Mr. Kubeka says that they will have a shot at goal. His responsibility as well. Captain, fly-off, kicker. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders.
Yeah, he's really carrying the team. He's literally carrying the team.
Just great to see Raiders part of this tournament, all the way from Gauteng. It just shows how this tournament has evolved over time and the reach that it has got now and over the last couple of years. Kubeka with the left foot gives it some airtime. It's hanging, and it's unfortunately to the right. But he shows he's got the distance. Yes, with a slight wind at his back. And a good strike from John Kubeka. Just the distance not as accurate as he would have liked. So 3-0, Saldanha Bay leading Raiders in our last match on day 1 of the TRANSNET Saldanha Super 8 Easter Rugby Festival. Rodwell Jonker. Also a left-footed kicker. So we've got Kubeka and Jonker, both left-footed kickers. Almost gathers that. A knock-on advantage being played to Raiders. Kubeka, does he go for territory? One way, then the other. He knows he's under advantage, so we'll see what happens from this. Straight in over the top and off their feet. So well played by Kubeka, just keeping that ball alive, not kicking it away. Here he is, Divan Joshua.
Yeah, once again taking on the responsibility, taking on the defenders, trying to cut and make something happen for his team. The captain, John Kubeka.
Damien Collins, who will feed this line out, he's a versatile player. He can play tight head, loose head and hooker. Today in that starting hooker role. Gathered from the top by Sibiso Ndlovu. Straight back is Scarlett to support this driving ball And there they
No,
go. Well, it's a
advantage.
nice blanket approach from the Raiders, and they will play under
Number 6.
advantage as well. Good continuity,
Yeah,
and
cross feature.
this is exactly what they
Cross feet.
wanted. Can they
Use
make
it.
more of it? Folded back. Saldanha's defense being tested. Will play under advantage once more. Kubeka with the drop kick. Kubeka, it's not over, but he knew that he had the freedom to attempt that drop kick. They off their feet.
Number 6, pulling the leg.
Much better passage of play this
Number 6.
for Raiders, and
Pulling of the
specifically
leg.
that man, John Kubeka. Bit of a discussion. Set up a line out, maybe use the forwards from a driving maul. They saw that it worked pretty well from the previous line out, so Kubeka says, let's give this another test. But it's not going to work out if you kick it dead.
Captain. So your option 22 on the scrum, kick it.
Yeah, unforced
Okay.
error
So it's gone out.
by the
goes
captain.
22.
Hopefully he can rectify it quickly.
He's had his moments, and then he's had a couple of lesser moments, John Kubeka, so far in the first 8 minutes. So they have that decision to make, 22 or scrum when they choose the kick in. It will be Jonker with the left foot. He'll drill it downtown. Kubeka. Just a short ball to his inside centre, Daniels. Benjamin. The high shot from Kubeka. One to chase, more than enough time to gather, and it is a mark called by Demashu Maya for Saldanha. Seems happy with the outcome, Kubeka. So inside his 22, he can kick directly into touch. It's off the side of the boot, and the wind won't really assist. So it's a good territorial gain for Raiders. 9 minutes gone. 3-0 in favour of Saldanha. Final match on the opening day. The winner goes through to the Cup semi-finals. The losers will stay in the tournament as well, but they will play for the lesser placings.
Sorry, just open blue. Thank you.
Collins. Where do they go? The answer is towards the middle of the line-out. This is where they've impressed so far. They've had a couple of rolling balls. Saldanha up to the task this time around. Collins bumps off the first defender and goes on a bulky run and moves inside the 22.
No.
Benjamin.
No.
He feeds Kubeka on the switch in the wraparound. Can't find his man. Probably just lost his support runner that went ahead of him. Another penalty. Saldanha's discipline letting them down. Off feet is the call. So this is again from straight in front. Kubeka with the easier shot. This will be to level matters and to put their first points on the board.
Yeah, also took part of a huge tackle. The captain. But now again with the opportunity.
Kubeka. It's
Flags
straight
up.
and true. Flags up. It's 3 apiece in Saldanha Bay. First points for Raiders in this competition. One of 3 debutants.
Thank you.
Well, we've seen the impact of the wind in the 3 matches before this, but it has certainly died down significantly compared to what we started with this afternoon. There's still an illustration of the wind there, but it was accepted by Raiders, so it won't be a scrum back on the halfway line.
Let's use it, please.
Although it didn't carry 10 meters, the fact that Raiders accepted that kickoff means that we play on. It's another high one from Kubeka, one to chase, beautifully taken out of the air by the fullback of Saldanha Bay. That's a brilliant piece of individual magic by Demashu Maya, and a penalty to boot. Great take by Maya. He's earned that penalty for his team.
Danny, where's Danny?
Kubeka, right option, but look at that take. Oh, it's a beauty. never took his eyes off it, and then beat 1, 2, 3 defenders. And it took the hooker, Damian Karlitz, to bring him down. But Karlitz not rolling away out of that tackle area. So did some good work, but also not the best of work when he completed the tackle. A bit of lazy to get out of that tackle zone. And that has presented a second opportunity for Saldanha through Monray Jacobs. Straight out in front, distance won't be a problem. No angle, so it's a straight and true kick needed from Jacobs to put Saldanha into a 6-3 lead. Strike is good, but it's off to the left. Jacobs missing his second opportunity at goal. So it remains level at 3 apiece. 13 minutes in the first half. Chris Simai is our referee this evening, taking charge of the main match. It's a long one from Kubeka, using the wind that he has at his disposal, but here comes Saldanha, and at speed. Good cover defense. Was that tackle complete by Keegan Lichtfield?
Lost feet, fellas.
One way, then the other. So it's Jacobs, still on his feet. Does good work for Saldanha. Well, they're still in that ruck, so they can't do anything about it, Raiders. Jacobs switches direction, off to the left he goes. Sells the dummy, does Jonker. It might be on here for Saldanha on the left. Won't be able to release that ball. Good cover defense coming in from the man with the unique hairstyle, John Kubeka.
Got the awareness of the Saldanha by team to see they have a number advantage on the outside. Take out the outside channel. But unfortunately, the sideline. And then the double whistle.
And Mikael Hansa being attended to. Just getting a bit of an ice pack on the ankle. He's ready to go. He's not going to run or walk off the field that easily. Home tournament, home fans, family and friends in attendance. Karlitz in the meantime finds his jumper in the centre. Sibusiso and Ndlovu. Now the breakaway comes from Raiders as well, and they attack that 10 channel. Nice bulky, powerful run by Keegan Lichtfield. Kubeka. He can't find touched on the full because it was taken back. Now this man is full of running. We've seen that as well. Maye dumped over by the Raiders defense, lazy to get out of that tackle zone. All the good work undone. Kolela Daniels, the inside centre for Raiders. Must get out of that tackle zone. That's not Kolela. So Raiders have shown that they're willing to run from that inside their 22. They're not afraid to mix it up with Saldanha, but one man you have to look out for is the Mashu Maya, full of running this fullback from Saldanha. You can't give him too much space. He's going to find his gap sooner rather than later. Might get another opportunity now as Jonker goes across the field. There he is again, Maya into the line, links up with his left wing, and here we go. It's on for Saldanha. Good cover defense again by Raiders, but a couple of alarm bells ringing in that Raiders camp. They're just allowing meters too easily, and it's going to cost them if they continue.
Yeah, you can't allow a team like Saldanha to run at you. At times, there is gonna come a time where they will punish you.
Alarming stat that is purely the tackles missed. 7 for Raiders in the first 16 minutes. Oh yeah, they straight running. Well, he needs to link up with support. Finally does. Great work by the inside centre, and cover defense is in place for Saldanha. Damian Karlitz, or rather Divan Joshua, came up with the right playing card when it was needed most. They've dodged a bullet there, but credit to the Raiders attack. Kolela Daniels again doing the work. He looks full of running as well. Man with the red scrum cap. His nickname is Soda. You'll just see it here. Look at that, straight running. Beautiful balanced run by Soda, as he's known to his friends. That was a good pass as well.
Good.
To Timanga. And then the cover defense was in place. Divan Joshua doing great work for Saldanha.
John.
Kolela Daniels in your picture. Also plays wing, so centre today, but accustomed to that wing position as well.
Communicate with me.
Chris Simai with good communication. It's all about the team of 3 and 5 if you include the ARs, but the two captains, the link between the referee and the messaging to the various teams, and it's Chris Simai's job to keep a calm head on those who are participating in the match. He's done that well. You haven't really spoken about the referee, and that's always a good sign as well. But the teams want to play. They both want to add to the festivities. What a wonderful occasion. It's Easter weekend. And I hope that you're enjoying it with your family and friends wherever you are in South Africa and outside of Africa as well. Best club rugby has to offer on show. The club season is approaching. We come back from Easter and then we in full swing in the club scene. Schools rugby, the festivals around the country has come and gone. School holidays currently. And then we hit the ground running next week. It breaks loose. Schoolboy rugby, club rugby, everything that you would dream of if you follow this wonderful game. Kubeka. He's tackled by Latif. Good straight running, but then in the contact there's a forced error by the Saldanha defence. That's a very good play by them. Release called. They has to let it go. Jacobs finds Jonker. Again, they come from deep and more advantage being played. So this will be from in front as well. Jonker will have a free play. They want to link up. That's forward. That is forward. Yes, no doubt about that. Definitely a forward pass. Unfortunately for the hosts, John van der Vent. Look at that, there's no doubt about it. Almost thought that he had managed to get Tian van Wyk into a gap. He did, but illegally so. Interesting, they're not going to go for the 3 points. They fancy something more fruitful, maybe a bit far as well. It's quite a kick into a slight breeze. But they know their home conditions, and Monray Jacobs, responsible for the kicking duties, he's delivered a good touch finder and he's moved play towards the 22 of Raiders. They need to defend. It's going to be a short line out as Divan Joshua gets closer. The man born in Vredenburg, attended Western High School, Boland amateur player as well. So another experienced, seasoned campaigner. Fans Daniel 10, the captain of Saldanha. Jonker is the link.
You lost that, leave it.
Bit slow to arrive for the supporters, but no damage done yet. Saldanha on the attack.
No, leave it, captain.
Kubeka told to get off it, which he does. Good discipline by the captain. Joshua, he takes it up for a further 2 meters. Jacobs, Jonkers, short ball. Jacobs, the skip pass, out wide it goes. A bit of room to maneuver for Saldanha. Advantage called over. Oh, unfortunately the flag is up. The AR's flag is up. Jacobs and Jonker having a field day at the moment, combining very well for Saldanha and taking the attack to the Raiders defence. Just an opportunity to see a touchline will ultimately win. That tackle there just pushes him enough, and then yep, there we go. There is the cover defense from Kolela Daniels. Spoken about Daniels a lot already. Nicole answer for Saldanha with another opportunity. Now, Garlitz. They compete at line-out time. There'll be all sorts of pressure on Kubeka. He misses. Whoa! It's not gone. It's a try. It's a forced error. from John Kubeka. The defense kept pushing. Kubeka made the mistake. Try time, Saldanha.
Johan, I think that's why Saldanha didn't go for the poles, but that's why they decided to kick for the corner, to stay in that area and play their type of rugby in that area, put the pressure on the Raiders and convert into points. Just look at this, look at the pressure they apply. Man, never alone, always a defender, always a blueser there.
Rodwell Jonker is the try scorer, the fly-off for Saldanha. And that ignited the song and dance on the main pavilion. 5 points, the difference between the teams, with conversion to come from the scrum half, Monray Jacobs. Gany at the 2. Nice solid strike, looks after this, no need to because the assistants like it as well. It's a 7-pointer. Saldanha stretch out to a 10-3 lead. The contest at the line out created the confusion at the back. Kubeka failed to handle. His opposite number was in attendance, and Jonker said, "Thank you very much for that early Easter present." That's a 7-pointer then to Saldanha. Huge tackle and defense coming in from Raiders from the restart. That's O'Donoghue for Raiders with the tackle. Won't find touch. Now, Carlsa. One waste, then another. Beats 2 defenders, but that's again an area that Raiders have been lacking, just the way they look after the ball in the contact zone. And with Jonker, Jacobson and Jonkers, they'll come marching back right to you and see if they can make the most of this opportunity. So Jacobs and Jonker combining in tandem, and some heavyweights in the midfield as well. Lovely hands. This pass needs to go out wide. Well, he's got the speed. Look at this for the lock. Goes on a big run and finds the hooker. And a one-hand offload. And another one. Champagne rugby being dished up by Saldanha. Can they convert? Raiders, is that a knock-on from Raiders? They'll continue. It's a try.
Beautiful rugby by the host, Saldanha Bay. And the crowd on their feet. This is what the people came to see. And Saldanha Bay, oh, they don't fail. They deliver spectacular rugby. That's why they are the champs in the Boland, Johan.
Championship qualities indeed. How good was this handling? Fluency from Saldanha. One-handed passes, a hooker with the one-hand pass. There goes the spiral from the scrum half. And now they had runners in abundance. That was a knock-on from Raiders. Good advantage being played. It opened up in front of them. And try scored by JP Martin. Wow, that was the most exciting passage of play for the entire day. Undoubtedly so.
Indeed, indeed. I have to agree with you. Excellent passage of play from the host. What a way to end the day. And we are not done yet. There's still a lot of rugby to come in this match. But Saldanha Bay dishing it up. Oh, just sit on and you'll be served.
Yeah, absolutely. Served with platters of gold. That's what's happening out here. 15-3. This for a 17-3 lead. It's another good strike. It's a great strike. 26 minutes. 17-3 in favor of Saldanha. That's what the hosts expected. Just look at this. Wow, man. There's the class. That run was spectacular from Yose. Another good one from Joshua. And then it was the speedsters out wide. And they had a lot of speed to burn. This, there was a good pass into the oncoming traffic. And finally, JP Martin only had to round off. And it is Saldanha Bay leading Raiders by 17 points to 3. Well, that's going to just lift this game to a whole new level. And unfortunately, Raiders are going to get penalized once again. Saldanha want to play. They want to speed up the game. He positioned Lovo well. There's a yellow card dished out to Brendan O'Donoghue. So that's going to add, that's salt in the wounds now of the visitors from Gauteng. Try and figure out what the yellow card was for, but O'Donoghue doesn't look too surprised. Jacobs will move play towards the halfway line. Wheels coming off for Raiders. It all started really with that try. John Kubeka, his hands letting him down, and from there it's been a one-team show on display in Saldanha. Look at this ball, there we go again. It's not going to be stopped that easily. Jacobs now digs and wants it. Jonker, again they're lining up out wide, playing with a man extra. Will that go forward? No, says the referee and the assistant. Doubling up nicely, it's Maya in attendance and support, but the flag does go up. So Raiders will breathe a huge sigh of relief. They just lost one of their fetchers at breakdown point, Brendan O'Donoghue, and they've got to regroup and find a way to avoid this onslaught for the next 8 or so minutes. That was a good covered tackle from Chimanga. Born in DRC Congo. 64% territory for Saldanha. Collins needs to find his jumper. It's a short line out. There's a lot of confusion and no contest from Saldanha. Somewhat surprising. Kubeka just feeds it off. Kubeka won't think about the kick just yet. It's a nice little overlap that's being created by Raiders, and advantage called over. Lovely handoff by Panzu. Here goes Panzu, still on his feet, needs a supportive player. On his feet, the Saldanha fetcher, but needs to stay on his feet. Now the ball chucked away, so that's an advance of 10 meters. So ill discipline by Saldanha. Dijon and Panzu. They're playing quickly, Raiders. Advantage for not being 10, so trying to create a couple of penalties here, maybe just whisper in the referee's ear that they can try and get the numerical numbers on level terms. The next carrier, Keegan Litchfield. There goes Kubeka, tips it off to his front rankers. Defense being called out by the crowd. Kubeka also there to play scrum off, just organizing his runners. Gia. Pick and drive, that strategy continues through Litchfield. Kubeka to Carlitz, another advantage, that's 3 in a row. Is this going to be a card? Maybe a talking to. Captain called out, and that is Daniel Tim.
Okay, he switched the guys. We got something else again here, another offside. So one more thing, and it's also going to be the same for you. Talk to him quickly.
So multiple infringements, and good again, good verbal by the referee, making it very clear he's not going to allow continuous transgressions in the so-called red area, the 22 meter of the defending team. So message is clear, you can anticipate that the next transgression will result in a yellow card. The tap and go from Raiders, who are playing with a man down currently. They've got someone in the bin, Brendan O'Donoghue. Can they strike back and find a way over this try line? Not like that, they won't. That's a forced mistake from Raiders, not what the doctor ordered. And Saldanha will have an opportunity to clear their lines. They'll clear it, and they'll clear it with a run. Advantage called over. The kick infield, beautifully positioned, was the fullback. Did that go forward? No, says the referee. So back come Raiders. It's a lovely, entertaining game to end off day one of this festival, and it is festival rugby being displayed this evening. Kubeka, the powerful frame of Malgas, joins the party. He plays loosehead prop, 144 kilograms is Malgas from Raiders. That's a drop kick. Is that over? Yes, it is over. A strike from Kubeka doubles the Raiders tally, 17-6. So Kubeka finally said enough is enough. Let's try and convert pressure into points, and that's exactly what he did. 32 minutes gone, 17-6 in favour of Saldanha. Hasn't had the best half, Kubeka, but that's an important strike.
His second attempt at a drop goal. And as they say, second chance is the charm.
Well, before we get to the resumption, 2 men down from Saldanha. One, it looks to be cramps, and the other one is on his feet. Gingerly slow, but he is on his feet nonetheless. So it seems that there's a bit of cramp being attended to.
So that's right.
(17-6). We've been treated to some flashy running rugby this evening. And what a fitting way to finish the first day of the festival. What's in store for us in the next couple of minutes? McNeil, Grant, you mentioned it. There's still a long way to go in this encounter.
Take him back.
But I love what we've seen and appreciate what we've seen as well from Raiders making their first appearance. This is one of those boer skoppe in Afrikaans. Doesn't really, not intended to go the way it does. Spirals in the air and not really going anywhere. Here comes Saldanha Bay once again. Jacobs.
8 offside.
8 offside as Maya. He's full of running. He's shown that as well. And now another interruption in play.
Yes, the captain is in trouble for a high tackle. John Kubeka.
First of all, get back. Okay.
Oh, it's pocket time. It's pocket time. It's pocket time. Oh, Kubeka, that probably summarizes his half.
Okay, thanks.
There's the offense touching the chin.
It's a seat belt, and probably worse than a seat belt tackle there, John Kubeka. He knows, credit to him, he went and he said, hey, sorry, I made a mistake. But not the best half for John Kubeka. If he looks back at this, it's probably the half that he will never show his family. If you wanted to illustrate your career, I guess this half won't feature. Jacobs, well, he'll say that he wants more. He wants another 3 points. Can they take it over to 20? It's 17-6 currently. Strike looks promising. It's on its way. It knows only one way. It's 3 points at it. 26 looks a lot more attractive for Saldanha.
Okay.
Yes, the 14-point lead for the host. That would sit very, very pretty with them. I think they are glad of their performance in this first half and would want to continue in the second half.
They go to the bench early. Maxwell van Loo is introduced in jersey 23. So one of the injured players just leaving the field now. It is Jonker, the fly-off. Another high tackle, dangerous tackle. That's been one area that's been disappointing of the first day of this tournament. A lot of high tackles, a lot of dangerous tackles, a lot of talk in the corridors about tackle height and the adjustment of tackle height in amateur rugby. And if you look at today, you'll probably understand why there's a case for it.
I think tomorrow is going to be used for tackling some backs, the right height. So the defense coach has work to do tomorrow.
Discipline. That will be a feature word for teams going through to the cup semis. That's going to cost you a spot in the final. Just see the assistant referee with the flag up. There's still a bit of a wind, but not as predominant as we saw earlier this afternoon. So it's good, but still it does favour Raiders as we look at this picture from right to left. Saldanha will go on another run. There's 2 yellow cards now to Raiders, and another yellow probably coming. Yep, well, he's got to be consistent, and the high tackles are continuing. They're not adjusting, and there we go. It can't continue. So now it's down to 12 players on the field for Raiders. He's going to smile about it, but continuity, and I mean the referee must be consistent, and he's got to be consistent here as well. Boom, around the neck, you can't be there. There's been a discussion already. You can't go over the shoulders.
Johan,
Not good technique, that's what it is.
I bet the Saldanha attacking coach is shouting, pick up the pace. Pace up, pace up, pace up. Because there's a 3-minute advantage, we can run at him.
And good point, because so many times you can lose your focus and say that now that white line fever, everyone wants to go for the try line, and instead of just playing the numbers game, you've got one player out in the forward pack, and you've got two backline players, including your captain and your fly half. He's off, and now your outside centre as well. So that defensive line is suddenly exposed, but Raiders still coming back, and here we go. Can they produce some magic with only 12 players on the field? It's a foot race, still on his feet. This could be one of the great tries of the day.
This is absolutely phenomenal. Try of the day for me. Try of the day for me. With 12 players on the field, running out of their own half and scoring. Hands down, try of the day.
It is the man from the DRC, Shadrach Tsimanga.
Johan, you just spoke about it. That
much,
white
John.
fever,
Thank you.
that white line fever, Saldanha may get. But there's also that we can relax now. They are men short, and then these type of things happen.
He goes by the nicknames of Big Stepper and Speedy, and you saw both in that try. A big step and the speed from the utility back, known as Shadrach Tsimanga. Product of Queen's High School. And that, to me, the try of the day. 12 players on the field, no worries, just give me the ball. Adrian Carlson will take over the kicking responsibilities with John Kubeka in the bin, and he will slot it as well, just to round off this segment of play. Wow, that is magic. Magic from Raiders, magic from that man, and we have to appreciate and look at it again. Yeah, he still has so much to do. Beats his man on the inside, inside, outside, boom! Drops his man there. Now it's a foot race. Does enough to still go on the inside, escape the would-be tackler, and then still get himself over that try line for a 5-point, and then it's just breathe and stay calm and appreciate what has happened. Siren in the background. Oh, that's a tackle in the air. Saldanha probably going to go down to 14 as well if they're not careful. Tap and go. Raiders say we don't mind. We'll play with 12. We've shown you already we can score with 12. Where is Tsimanga? Just give Tsimanga the ball and we'll see what happens, says Raiders. They've got to be patient. Ill discipline is what they don't want now. Unnecessary penalties. That's a ruck called by the referee. Hands in by Saldanha. This is where you can lose your way. One of the players back on the field, so it's now 13 against 15. So Brendan O'Donoghue, it's been pretty busy for him. He's seen two of his colleagues join him on the side of the field. He's seen a breathtaking try, and back he runs onto the field to say, well done, guys. There he is.
Look at this, Johan. The longest kick of the day.
Absolutely. Well inside his half. Probably a 55, 56 meters. Well, Raiders will say that that's the motivation they needed, the 3 yellow cards. They've just turned the corner. Still down. John Kubeka must be sitting there thinking, what's happened? They were down to 12. Great character shown by Raiders. Adrian Carlson, what have you got in the tank, young man? Where are you going to go with this? How much Vuma do you have? What did you bring from Gauteng? Let's see. It's on its way. It's on its way. It's not there. Good strike, though. One half of rugby we've seen. 33 points. 3 yellow cards. A lot of controversy. Breathtaking tries. fitting of a finale and a last match on the first day, the opening day of the TRANSNET Saldanha Super 8 Easter Rugby Tournament. There's a lot coming your way after this to think. We've still got 40 minutes of this. Where are we going to be at the end of it all? For now, a regrouping needed by Raiders Rugby Club. There's Kubeka. He's in the naughty chair currently, along with one of his teammates. So yeah, can they come back? Can they turn this around? They've shown that they can turn it around, even with 12 on the field. But Saldanha will also remind themselves they will have the win behind their backs in the second half. They've got a 7-point advantage. We've seen 3 tries, brilliant tries. 2013 in favour of Saldanha. Well, brilliant first half of rugby. Let's look at the numbers. Before we get there, let's just enjoy the moments that we've spoken about. This was a bit messy from Kubeka, lost his way, gifted Saldanha with a try, and it was rounded off by Rodwell Jonker. Tapping the line out, there's a second miss from Raiders. Then Kubeka, he taps it on to the oncoming traffic, and easy as you like. Rodwell Jonker says, thank you very much for the early gift. This to me was, we've seen 2 of the best tries you will see in rugby. Look at the burst of speed from Jose. Then he finds the hooker, Divan Joshua, he taps it on. Now it's a foot race. The speedsters join the line. Back it goes. Raiders knock it on, and then as easy as you like, it opens up for JP Martin from there. Crowd on their feet, and it looked for all money that Saldanha were going to start running away with this fixture and opening the gates far too early, and far earlier than anticipated in any case. But the drama came after this. Yellow cards being dished out, and then for me the try of the tournament thus far. Look at it again. Look at this, 12 against 15. Let me remind you, 12 against 15 when he got the ball. Inside, outside. Now beating the man, back on the inside. Cover defense comes, still stretch it over. And that is a brilliant piece of work by Shadrach Simanga. Clean pair of heels. Big speedster, speedy, this is what he's called. Beats the man on the outside, then works towards the inside. Boom, there he goes. And then finally dives over for the try. And the conversion was good as well. 20 points to 13. Time for the numbers. Let's bring you up to speed with some of that.
With me, very proud chairman of the Saldanha Rugby Club, Yasin van der Westhuizen. Yasin, your take on the tournament so far?
Yeah, thank you very much. So once again, it is our 4th tournament. We are happy to announce that we are hosting our 4th tournament. So far, so good. A lot to play for, as we could see the surprises earlier, and more to come.
We've had a little bit of a setback. Have you guys discussed it in terms of what to prevent and how to prevent it?
Yes, first of all, I would like to apologize to all the viewers and to everybody here at the stadium for all this setback. And most definitely, we're going to look at prepare ourselves.
Okay. Your message to your supporters, because they're out here in numbers.
Yes, thank you very much. Once again, our supporters, and I'm talking about all the people in the stand now, thank you very much. You know, it's a bit cold, it's a bit windy outside, but you decided to come and join us here. Thank you very much.
And Yasin, we have some teams from quite far as Johannesburg. Message to your visiting teams taking part in the tournament?
Like I said, Vredenburg, Saldanha's registration is CFG, and I hope you come for good. CFG come for good. And with that, I hope you guys will enjoy yourselves here in the West Coast, experience the warm hospitality of the West Coast.
Yasin, thank you so much and all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Super 8 Easter Rugby Festival, the first of 3 match days and a cliffhanger. That's what we've been treated to this evening. The main match has certainly had its fair share of drama, cards, tries, brilliance, less brilliance, but at the end of the day, Saldanha is leading this fixture by 20 points to 13. It's a messy restart from the hosts. Kick that didn't travel 10 meters, so Raiders will go straight back to the halfway line and have a scrum. Now you'll see the 2 yellow cards on the bottom right of picture. Raiders ill discipline really costing them in the first half, and despite the fact that they played 12 against 15 at one stage, scored what is probably the try of the day. Still without their captain John Kubeka, who's sitting on the sidelines, jersey number 10, if you have just joined us, and also his centre partner is one of the naughty men this evening. High tackles, that's been the theme for Raiders. They've got to adjust their tackle height. So Marvin Sneyers and Kubeka having a bit of a team talk and strategizing before they get back onto the field. The other man that sat in the naughty chair, Brendan O'Donoghue, he's back on the field, jersey number 6. And what will Raiders do from this opportunity in the middle of the field? A full pack at their disposal, and the 2 vacancies is in the back line. So they've set up 3 to the left and 1 to the right, with the scrum half to feed the ball. Well, Saldanha have a full complement, so they can defend pretty easily. First reset scrum. I think the referee Chris Simaya has had a pretty good game. He's really tried to let the game flow. He's been strict on that tackle area, which you expect referees to do. Early engagement, so he can buy some time, but they're pretty happy to play on immediately, Raiders, and it does happen through the 8th man, Gia. Without Kubeka, and they need someone else in that fly-off channel. Damien Carlitz takes it up for Raiders. They'll look for territory more than anything else. All about the bounce of the ball. It does favour Saldanha. Can't escape the attention of the would-be tacklers. There's one man that's caught the eye, Kolela Daniels, red scrum cap, jersey number 12. He's had a pretty solid evening so far for Raiders. The danger is cleared. Now playing with the wind, Saldanha. Oh, and that's messy. It's one of the rare mistakes that he's made on defence. And then the ball does go into touch. Assistant referee says the line-out will belong to the men from Gauteng.
Yes, but of butterfingers, or again, watching the man instead of the ball. And the fullback, Carlsen, spilling it.
So Damien Carlitz, it's still 13 against 15. They've done well, Raiders, in the absence of their captain. Oh, it's Saldanha Bay. They're going to play from inside their own half, and then this rolling kick. There's a lot of space behind that defensive line. Good strategic move from Saldanha's outside centre, Kutsia. Tactically good observation. Says let's go and camp inside the 22. Try and put some pressure on this Raiders line out. Carlitz has been pretty accurate this evening. And from Florida High School, that's where he matriculated. Accustomed to tight head, loose head, and plays hooker, and that's exactly where he's been used tonight. Well, there's Kubeka, so he's back on the field. So it should be a full complement, well, almost a full complement, but Kubeka is back on the field, thankfully for Raiders. And there he is, hands on the ball, and again just provides the link. Now they've got some jet shoes out wide. They've shown that on more than one occasion. Panzu is their left wing, Kubeka. He would have used that rest period to be re-energized. He would have liked what he have seen from his team in his absence, and they scored a breathtaking try. That is Carlitz taking it into contact. Kubeka this time a much shorter ball, and good tactics and awareness by Raiders because they're playing against the wind, so you would expect that gap just shortens slightly. To the blind side goes the scrum of Benjamin. He's bundled into touch, but they will come back for a penalty awarded inside the Raiders half.
Speak to your captain, please. Speak to your captain. Okay.
Scrum off on scrum off. No love lost there. It's a direct competition. You don't want to get your opponent have one over you. So the instructions being barked out by Dylan Malgas. With the left foot, John Kubeka. He'll be hoping for a better second half. As I say that, he misses touch. Oh, error. Referee says backwards. Well, that's a get out of jail free card. Saldanha, now they want to move it along. They're going to make the most of this opportunity. It's going to hurt Raiders if something more comes from it. Whoa, well, that's a knock-on. That was a real escape. Could have been much more for Saldanha. We'd love to see that that first one. Nonetheless, the kick through not gathered by Daniels, and then that one there, that should have gone to hand, but it didn't. JD Kutsia won't want to see that too many times. Still awaiting the arrival of Snayers for a full complement. Malgas having a little chat to the referee. All smiles for now. It's going to get pretty heated, that's for sure. Can Raiders get themselves on level terms? That will add some spice in the pot.
Bind. Sit.
It's an early shove, but you can see confidence growing in that Raiders camp. They like what they're seeing. They're feeling that the momentum might be shifting towards their side.
They're solely dominant in that scrum. That's why they are full of smiles.
Crouch.
Benjamin.
Bind. Set.
Quick feed. This time the heat comes from Saldanha Bay. Kubeka. At Daniels as a dummy runner. The bounce pass works favorably. We've seen a lot of the back line. Kubeka inside, outside, back. He goes straight into the line. Finally, the support is also there to clear indiscretion or feet. They're not going to change their way of playing. There's Kubeka. Hey, oh, inside he goes. And now it's the next action. Well, now a mistouch from Saldanha.
Work back three, good. Put onside.
It's a mistouch finder, so errors are plenty in the first 8 minutes of the second half. Does the gap open up? Yes, it does. Can they round off now, Saldanha? Great cover defense coming in from Raiders. They're going to have to restart from deep inside their own territory. This is not going to find touch. Who wants this? Saldanha. Full complement has been re-established. More advantage coming the way of the host. The captain feeds it off. That's a huge pass. Far too big from the front ranker. That was a massive pass by Raymond Loupsha. Just brags about that, says you can keep that in my highlights reel. Look at this effort from Loupsha. Bang! Misses everybody.
And that was just a flick.
And from Kimberley. In the meantime, some attention to scrum of Daniels.
Yes.
Kubeka. Talking about what has transpired in this first almost 10 minutes. In the meantime, jersey number 22, Samuel Greiling, makes an appearance off the bench for Saldanha. Samuel Greiling, born in Vredenburg, attended Paul Boys High. And he replaces Tian van Wyk. A kick to stretch the lead to 10. With 30 minutes still left in this encounter, you just feel that we're in for a couple of tries before the end of the night. The attention is with Jacobs. He knocks this over from pretty straight in front. 23-13, Saldanha have a 10-point advantage, 30 minutes to play. There is the new man on the field, Samuel Greiling.
Dames en heren, Saldanha was slaan een prachtige strafschop. Hulle TRANSNET komt naar 23-13 voor de Raiders.
Kubeka needs a good restart. It's long and it's going to be easily gathered by Saldanha.
Pillars.
Jacobs waits. He'll clear the danger with a big Gary Owen.
Backwards.
It still went back. A good kick. Chase somewhat slack to arrive and put some pressure on that Raiders defense. Kubeka. Daniels thought about the hallelujah pass. Saw the oncoming traffic and decided wisely not to go for it. Benjamin. We're waiting for him. Lining up towards the right, but still not releasing that ball as Benjamin gets another opportunity. Now Kubeka, inside, outside.
Release!
Kubeka brought to ground. How can they create some space for that dangerous right winger that they have? In the meantime, it's been turned over by Saldanha. A lot of turnovers now. Who's going to break this game open? Will it be someone in that blue jersey or someone from Raiders in the black, red and blue strip? Loud whistle, thought about the quick tap, but wisely again decided against it. It is with the wind, it's again kickable, as we see these bodies everywhere. Looks like a bit of a minefield, but it's been that sort of game. We've really seen some spectacular rugby from both teams, but a lot of errors as well that needs to be worked at. Long pass, now a bit of lateral running. That's where the injury happened to Keegan Litchfield. He's getting stretched as well. Jacob says, well, why not? Let's have a shot. 26-13 looks a lot more attractive than 23-13. Can Jacob slot this? Hangs this in the air, looks after it, it's off to the right. Scoreboard remains unchanged, 10-point buffer for Saldanha. 2 scores needed by Raiders. Still a man down. You can see him just at the bottom of screen being attended to. But they will play on. They'll go on another run, no surprises. Their lovely line. Oh, almost escaped the tackler there.
Back.
That could have been tickets and more trouble for Raiders. Needs to stay on his feet is the instruction from the referee. Well, we've seen a lot this evening of Mayu, the fullback from Saldanha. He really has speed to burn, Maya. Attacking line out for Saldanha inside the 22. Clock ticking towards the hour mark.
You gotta go.
Shortened line out called. Divan Joshua. To the middle of the line out they go. To the captain, Daniel Thiem. This rolling ball has been introduced and off they go.
That's one. That's one.
Good defense by Raiders. And they stole it as well. Turnover ball into that blustery wind, not really going anywhere. So Saldanha can regroup. Lovely step off the mark. They're coming at speed again. Blue numbers everywhere. Raiders doing exceptionally well to avert the danger. And it is the fullback, Adrian Carlsa. Kubeka told to exit. That's exactly what he does. All on the bounce of the ball. It's going to favour Raiders. Is that a knock-on? Yes, he's the referee.
Knock-on.
Yeah, good call. Looked like it as well. More danger. Just shows that that turnover ball can result in some danger signs for Saldanha. They must not be overconfident. Raiders are waiting to pounce on any small opportunity, and there was almost one of them. There's hands, you can clearly see fingertips to the ball advanced forward, and therefore the knock-on ruled by the referee. That's O'Donoghue. He was one of the three men that sat in the naughty chair in the first half. In the meantime, Ulofse will come onto the field for Malgas. So Reinhard Ulofse in jersey 16 introduced. He can also play flank and hooker. Born in Johannesburg, product of Randburg High School. He's a warehouse supervisor by trade. That's his job. Needs to supervise what's happening in the scrum. So will Saldanha, can they find another score? Can they seal it early in the second half? Can Raiders find a way back? It's on a knife edge, 10 points the difference, 3 minutes away from the hour mark. Standing very deep on attack, Saldanha. And Raiders on defense very flat. So they want to rush, they want to see if they can pin Saldanha in their own half. Maybe force a mistake, try and get a turnover ball. There's a lot of movement in that scrum, pre-delivery of the ball, so you can understand the referee's patience has run dry. Early shove, early in that hit, and he has warned them. There we go, you can just see the advance coming, and finally the long arm that says march 10 meters back. That's a penalty. Well, Raiders will probably analyze this match and say we made far too many errors and we gave easy opportunities to Saldanha.
Over. Over. Can you go over, please?
Talking of, another substitute being introduced.
Okay.
It's Johan Low that enters proceedings. Also a familiar face, man that's played in this tournament before. Born in Malmesbury, Johan Low. Not too far away from Saldanha.
Not quite advantage.
Talking about mistakes, Saldanha also have their fair share to analyze and look back on. They can be better in a couple of departments. Kubeka, that's a miss pass. The bounce pass will work out though. Advantage called over. Now, this man doesn't need a second invitation. He loves running. Not his best kick, but it will work out. Bounce favours Saldanha. There he is, Dimash Shumaya.
Outside, eh? Okay, just coming.
23-13 as we approach the final quarter of the final match on day one of the TRANSNET Saldanha Super 8 Easter Rugby Festival. Saturday match day 2, and we round off proceedings on Monday when we will find out who will be crowned champions. Will it be this team in blue? They first need to get through the Raiders hurdle that's been presented to them. Debutants from Gauteng. Tim, captain of Saldanha, he is going to straighten the line. Good play by Tim.
Leave it up, Black!
Jacobs. The replacement is on the field. And that is Greiling, of course. Loud whistle. Another opportunity will come Jacobs' way. Question is, do they go for it, or do they try and bury this game with a line-out, maul drive, try scenario? They would have played this out before as well. Decision time for the captain, Daniel Tim.
Here's the opportunity for Saldanha Bay to finish the game, put it to bed. Is there. They can kick it to the corner, put up a maul, get a 5 points. But it looks like Jacobs who's standing closer. Hasn't called for a tee yet.
Just saw Chumani Gia, man from Cape Town. He's a chartered accountant, that 8th man, Chumani Gia, knows all about numbers. And it is a numbers game. 10 points at the moment between Saldanha and Raiders. They will have a shot. We just saw the indication from the referee, and Morne Jacobs could make it 13 points, the difference, with less than a quarter of the match still remaining. Jacobs, this one is straight and true. So Chumani Gia's mistake costs him 3 points, cost his side 3 points, and it means Saldanha stretch out to a 13-point lead. 26-13, 62 minutes gone. Is it a bridge too far for Raiders to climb, or can they find a way back? They still have more than enough time. 2 converted tries is enough to seal this game, but it all starts with the kickoff from John Kubeka, and what they do from here. Can they limit those mistakes? Talking of which, a mistake from Saldanha. Raiders bounce back. They come into the 22. This is going to be advantage over. Ishmael Adams for Raiders is on the field as well.
Release it, release.
Adams finds the tall figure of Ndlovu. Adams, Kubeka. This time to Marvin Snayers, the other man that sat in the yellow corner. 3 yellow cards dished out to Raiders tonight. There's the gap that opens up for Kubeka. Now he needs support. Can he redeem himself? He's got a lot to think about post-match. Could be an opportunity out wide. Daniels comes on a straight run. Daniels goes off on a run and he scores. Kolela Daniels over for Raiders. That silenced the home crowd. Better play from Kubeka, dominating that attacking channel. Lovely run as well, straight run from Kolela Daniels.
Let's look at them creating space, but it all started with a captain and a fly-off sucking in the defense of Saldanha Bay, and the space opening up on the far side. And Daniels, he only needs a gap. He only needs the opportunity.
Yeah, we have seen that tonight. Adrian Carlson needs some credit as well for the role he played in that try. Rounded off brilliantly by Kolela Daniels. Nice and straight and fast pace run. Then from Utenegg. John Kubeka, big kick. Big kick. He's given that some hang time. It's not over. So 8 points, the difference, but the Raiders team knocking on the door. It hasn't shut yet, that's for sure. 8 points is there's enough time to get rid of that little deficit. Carlson with the feed, and Daniels with the run, and a burst of speed as well. Great try by the inside centre. He's had a pretty good game for Raiders. Been everywhere, defensively, on attack as well, at his moments. So the restart will come from Jacobs, not before the referee has a substitution allowance.
Well done, John. Slow, slow. Let's grind them. Exit now.
So last 15 minutes as Jacobs gets us going again. Puts it into the Saldanha night sky. Beautiful sky it is. Really been treated to a classic this evening to round off day one. Kubeka won't find touch. The bounce is kind to Saldanha. Whether they want to play from here, they want to play drop kick territory. That's too far and won't have the desired result, which means a 22 dropout. Different tactic from Dimash Maya. We haven't seen that from him. He's someone that likes to run, so probably illustrating that kicking or drop kicks is not his forte. 14 minutes gone. 26-18. Saldanha have dominated the territory stakes possession. Raiders have come back. They've held their own in that department. But the scoreboard, that's what matters. And at this stage, those dressed in blue are dominating there. Kubeka says, well, he's questioning the call, but it is the right call. It's a 22 dropout. It's not his best effort. And here comes Saldanha charging back. Whoa! Daniels sits on his trousers, on his shorts. Bumped off far too easily. And he's worse for wear, clutching at his wrist in back play. So I haven't seen that. Otherwise, that could have been a good way to attack. Greyling, he's got energy. New man on the field, of course, introduced off the bench. Jacobs goes on a run, and it's a sniping run. Unfortunately, the pass doesn't stick, so they will go back for the advantage being played. Jacobs has been good. He's been sound and solid. Unfortunately, couldn't find the supporting runners there. There he is, just apologizing, hand up, and indicating that they will have another shot. They'll take some time out of the clock and try and put 3 more points between themselves and Raiders. 26-18 could become 29-18, but wow, how was that bump off on Daniels? Man that scored a try, probably still reflecting on the try he scored, and suddenly he was sitting on the beautiful Saldanha grass.
Jacobs, Monterey Jacobs, lining up. Another 3 points at stake for Saldanha Bay.
He's carried a lot of responsibility for Saldanha. A good kicking percentage, 75% in difficult conditions, especially playing against the wind. But this one he launches up in the air and misses his mark. Another precious 30 seconds has passed by. We're getting closer to the last 10 minutes. That's the business end of this fixture, the business end of the day. Kubeka. Greyling. Lovely link-up play. Jacobs, this time he does find his man. Real opportunity, cuts back inside. Oh, it's going to open up for Saldanha. It's going to open up. He needs to trust himself. He didn't go through, but he finds a willing partner. Unfortunately for Saldanha, Raiders defense very firm and strong, but the danger is certainly still there. Now, Jacobs wants this ball. There's a loud whistle. Do they play quickly or do they take a guaranteed 3 points? Referee wants a chat. It's O'Donoghue. No, he's already had a yellow card. So, has a yellow been issued once again? haven't seen what happened. Did he stop a certain try scoring opportunity? Let's have a look there. Oh, there we go. He puts his leg right over and prevents that ball from coming out. So it's a professional foul. It's in the red zone. You can understand the reasoning behind it. So 2 yellows equals red. O'Donoghue is marching off. He's definitely received his marching orders. He's done for the night. The answer is they'll take the guaranteed 3. So there we go. Confirmation, bottom right of screen. O'Donoghue has received his marching orders. He's done. 2 yellows, and that equals red. It's a sitter for Jacobs. 3 points at it, 29-18. Saldanha marching on to the cup semi-finals. Just over 9 minutes to play. Will that be the strike and the card that sinks Raiders this evening in Saldanha Bay? Or can they deliver what they did in the first half? They played with 12 when they scored their breathtaking try. Is this the spark they need to get back in the contest? They've still got enough time, no doubt about that. Two converted tries is enough. Well, a try and a converted try is also enough. So 2 tries, that's what they need.
Yes, that's all they need, but can they dig deep enough and get themselves, back themselves, and get the point?
Well, that man, Damashu Maya, for me, has had an outstanding game. And Jacobs as well. It's going to be interesting. Man of the match call would be pretty tough. There's a couple of individuals that have stood out in this fixture. But if you had to go for the team on the winning end of it currently, it would probably be a good toss-up between Jacobs and Maya in my book. I don't know how you see it, McNeil, but those are my front runners for the man of the match category.
Exactly the same, and I think in that competition I would add the outside center Jaden Kuchia. Played a phenomenal game.
Dynamite comes in small packages, they say, and there's a lot of it. Pretty solid outing for that man, Monray Jacobs.
Yes.
In the meantime, it's Raiders. They need a spark. Kubeka, he just links it off. Well, that's Macy again at the breakdown. We've seen the speed that this man has. Yose, don't need to give him too much space. He'll punish you as well. Also had a pretty solid game, Yose. Saldanha trying to close out this game. Another score and it's done. No doubt about that. Jacobs will link up. Again, they are lining up. Freyling. It's all happening. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Should have the speed to burn. Short of the line. Van Loo. He's played without the ball. Is Van Loo. Is there another card coming? Yep, that's the answer. That's the 5th card this evening. Well, Raiders, the key word for Raiders will be discipline. High tackles, and then in that red zone, they've made 2 big mistakes that has resulted in cards as well. So 29-18, so they are down to 13 for the second time in this match. In the first half, they played with 12 at one stage. So it is Adrian Card also who's received his marching orders. So now again, another front row player, or not front row player, but one of the pack and one of the backs simultaneously off the field as they go towards the back. This will surely clinch it. And with that numerical advantage, can Raiders defend their line once again? They did so manfully in the first half. Really credit to the way they manned up when they went down to 12 players. There's another penalty off feet. The story continues. Same storylines, same outcomes. They're not learning from the referees' management of the game. Do they opt for a scrum now? One back and one of the pack out. They say line out time. You could see Divan Joshua was marching towards the touchline and saying that he's preparing for another throw. Here he is. Is he going to be the next try scorer, riding a bus towards the Raiders line that will kill off their challenge this evening in Saldanha Bay? 5.5 minutes remaining. between Saldanha and a place in the Cup semi-finals on Saturday. They've won 7 of their 9 lineouts. Does the Raiders team compete on this lineout? That's another question. The answer is no. They're going to front up and try and stop this driving maul. Was the sack late? The answer is yes. Joshua, they've got a player. They can see if they can make the most of this. The numerical advantage will exist out wide. Good defense by Raiders. It's gone backwards, so the referee says we're not going to play much more of that. Let's go all the way back. Do they set up a line out again? Probably a good idea. Just chipping away. They ideally want to finish with a try, I'm sure of it. And there we go. Into touch she goes. Joshua. Will Raiders compete this time around? 4.5 minutes remaining. Front ball is the safe ball. They go towards the front, set up the maul again. It's a predictive text. And so effective, but well managed again by Raiders. Rugby Club. The backs will join in as well. Well defended by the men from Gauteng. Lovely Ryan. That's the cherry on the cake. That seals it. Maxwell van Loo.
Maxwell van Loo cutting through the line, caughting the Raiders defensive line is fast asleep.
Well, it had to come for all this dominance in the second period, and the cards once again. There's just so much defending you can do, and so much gaps that you can plug. But finally, Tivan Joshua with a pass that didn't go to hand, but that was the magic ball. Perfect line that was run by Maxwell van Loo. Celebration, we've seen a lot of that as well. And this for an additional 2 points. One thing you can confirm is that Saldanha will be in the Cup semi-finals on Saturday. That will delight the home fans. Full value for their 36-18 lead. Those faithful that have stayed very late would leave happy. It's almost 12 o'clock. And probably the latest the club matches finished in Saldanha, but so be it. We've been treated to a magic day in any case. There once again, Joshua, the bounce pass, this run here between the two defenders, and couldn't believe his eyes. Saw that he had ball in hand, and that is going to seal the deal for Saldanha this evening. 36-18, probably maybe a chance for one more. Raiders can now really just afford to throw the ball around. Nothing left to lose, nothing left to gain. Maybe just a bit of glamour on the scoreboard, but it's going to be Saldanha's night, no doubt about that. And the fans will march back to Saldanha Bay on Saturday. They'll anticipate a possible cup final. Roses United knocked out of the cup competition earlier today by the new kids on the block from Grabouw. So it's a moving day, as they say in golf. Normally round 3 is moving day. It's moving day when you at a semi-final to separate the men from the boys. Who's going to go through to the final on Monday evening, and who's going to be left behind with broken hearts here in the west coast of South Africa. Tonight, Raiders will be licking their wounds and looking back at ill discipline and the fact that they were on the receiving end of a number of yellow cards and ultimately a red as well. Yeah, they do get a penalty. Again, that early hit. The referee has warned them on numerous occasions. Tivan Joshua has played his part in this victory tonight. 1.5 minutes still remaining. It's 15 against 13, can I remind you? They won't stop trying. That's the character of this Raiders outfit. Kubeka, he also spent some time in the sin bin. And then finally a side entry will probably be the reason for it. Kubeka will want to play quickly. There he goes. Galloping run. Then finds his supportive runner. Daniels with the red scrum cap just disappears out of shot. Will continue to attack towards the left. Not many options with 2 players down. You only have so many options that you can execute. But Saldanha says, well, we've got 15 options. So we'll attack and see if we can finish the night on a high. That is a great pass. Oh, the kick needed to go infield. Some tired bodies, some tired legs. Tariq Britton at the bottom. He's having a good time. One of our co-commentators for the Saldanha Festival. He's also been part of this tournament from inception. Final moments. Damashumaya, that kick out of hand, he would have wanted that to stay in field, but not on this occasion. Raiders will probably have their last line out. It's a short line out. You'll see the hooker is now doubling up. He's now playing prop. Spoke about the versatility. He's accustomed to playing tight head, loose head and hooker as the siren goes. So will they just tap and kick this out, or will they produce one more play and treat the fans that have really stayed out to support the blue? The answer is no. Joshua says, I don't care what your intentions are, I'm going to knock this ball into the crowd. We're going to celebrate and we're going to come back re-energized and charged for Saturday's Cup semi-final. It's a victorious start for Saldanha Bay in their own tournament. It's a disappointing night for Raiders in their debut, with ill discipline really costing them on the scoreboard and in that card division. They have a lot to think about, a lot to consider if they want to contend on Saturday, and it remains to be seen how they fight back and come back. But it was all about the home team, a good polished performance, a couple of things that they can work on, but when it mattered most they executed, and that means that the Blues will move on towards the semi-final on Saturday afternoon, better known as Saldanha Bay Rugby Club.